Okay, as it turns out, Ranger Milo has a knife. He doesn't have any gun, he has a knife, which means my whole plan of superior firepower has been thrown out the window, and instead, we will be assaulting with our power fist, charging in ahead of the NCR Ranger. Because that's just how goddamn badass we are. See? Ranger Milo, please don't die. Where are you? Got you. Okay. Now we have to do this in the right order to get Boone super duper happy. So let's just go through, make sure we're not going to get assaulted by any random troopers. Goodbye. I think I just punched Boone in the... Yeah, I definitely punched Boone on accident there. Yeah, the Legion's gonna be upset by this, believe it or not. They're so upset they're kicking barrels towards us. They're Donkey Konging us. Alright. You still good, Boone? Alright, we gotta... Yeah, Legion's not happy about that. We get sleepy time, though. That's kind of nice. Now, what we're about to do is a little bit odd. We're going to bring Boone up here. We're going to drop a quick save. And we're going to untie, untie, and untie.
Mercy killing's a last resort. Glad you recognized we had options.
Now, we want to wait about 10 to 15 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. And Boone should say... Boone, Boone's supposed to be saying something. Boone? You're supposed to be commenting on how, well, we could have saved them. That's a thing you're supposed to do. Did they patch that out? Maybe they patched that. I don't think they patched that out. Do I have to shoot another one? I'd hate to have to shoot another one. It feels really rude. Whoops. Whoops. It's okay. I'm saving you. Got anything to say, Boone?
Damn it. We could have gotten them out.
Yeah. But that's 3 points. 3 Boone points. He doesn't sound very happy about it, but it's 3 Boone points. And what have you got to say, Milo?
Me and Carmine. That's my repeater here. We'll do our best to cover you from this ridge. Good luck.
But I... Wait, is the game gonna make me kill all 3 of them instead of... I mean, I got 1 of them out alive. It's gotta count for something, right? Is Milo gonna come running back now? Or is he...
Well,
You've got nothing to say.
Hello?
Well, I think this quest is bugged, but luckily we were able to still get
Morning.
the Boone points out of it, I think. I'll take some random C4. That sounds good. Milo, still got nothing to say? Just got another line about Carmine.
Howdy. What's the word?
Looks like I was able to get a few of the hostages out alive.
I have to admit, I didn't think you could do it. Guess that makes me the sap and you the hero. I'm not authorized to pay for contract work, but here's something for the effort, and I'll make sure everyone hears about what you did. Thanks.
Not a problem. 215 experience, NCR fame, Caesar Legion infamy, 21 caps. Thanks. And 3 Boone points. That's a big one. And now let's give Booted one more shot. Otherwise, we're going to have to spend a lot of time trying to get Booted to go. Oh, I can go from the Brockflower Cave. Perfect. Now I'm hoping they've re-rolled their equipment, because... the NCR is here. What are they doing? Well, thanks for killing the Deathclaw. What was doing the explosives, though? Oh, there's 2 of you. Oh. Of course. One of you has Mercy, and one of you has the C757 Avenger. 2 people with... each with unique heavy weapons. That makes sense. That's a legionary. Oh, a sentry bot. Hi, Mr. Sentry Bot. Do you mind? Kinda got places to be. Ow! Yeah, run away, why don't you? Got a legionary up there. That's fine. Okay. Now, all we have to do is stand right about here. We can see the camp. I'm not going to save in case something mad happens. And we're going to scroll all the way down. And use a Stealth Boy. And we might as well use a La Fantoma as well if I have one. I don't. We're hoping on the Stealth Boy saving the day for us. We should be able to sneak right by them, though any issue whatsoever. Just sneak by them, don't get spotted. And all I have to do, these guys pretend that they're totally captured and couldn't escape. We get accepted by the Powder Gangers. Booted is complete. Boone gives us 2 more points, and we sneak away, hopefully without getting in any more trouble. Alright. That's pretty good. And I think if we have a chat with Boone...
I'll sit. I've got your back. Mercy killing is expected of NCR snipers. The Legion likes to torture their prisoners within sight of NCR positions. We get called on to end it. I've had my share. Some of them, you think. Maybe you could have gotten them out. Maybe it's not the Legion that got them killed. Maybe it's your orders and you following them.
And I think it's time you told me what happened to your wife.
I don't see what this helps. She's dead.
The better we understand each other, the more effective we'll be.
All right. I tracked her down. Southeast near the river. They were selling her. Saw it through my scope. Whole place swarming with Legion, hundreds of them, bidding for things no man has a right to. I just had my rifle with me. Just me against all of them. So I took the shot.
And yeah, I think... Ooh, this is hard. You should have tried to rescue her even if it meant your death. You had no right to make that decision, or better for her to die than live a Legion slave. Oh, that's hard. It's... You can't really blame Boone for that. That's probably the best he could have done under the circumstances. So let's... It feels harsh saying that, but let's go for it.
Yeah. What they do to women, that's worse than death. There was no choice in what I did. It was more like being forced to watch something you can't stop. All this was only ever gonna play out one way. It still is. I don't have any say. All I can do is wait for it to be done with me.
And you make it sound like your wife's death was inevitable.
It was gonna be something. If I'd never met Carla, it would have been something else. I should have never gotten close to her. I've got bad things coming to me. You better keep your distance too.
And poor Boone has a bit of a chip on his shoulder. And why do you think you've got bad things coming?
Because fair is fair.
I don't understand.
Better that you don't.
And let's just do the outlaw line.
No. People die out there. Often enough that no one worries about blame. They're too anxious to forget it happened in the first place, I guess. Besides, I was on break when it happened.
That's fair. Questions?
Okay.
Benny, New Vegas. Tell me about yourself.
If you want. It's not really my thing. What do you want to know?
Tell me about your wife.
I met Carla while I was at the strip on leave. She said I looked lost. She talked a lot. Suited me fine. I never know what to say. And listening to her, it could make you forget. She stuck out pretty much everywhere we went. Like she was from a different time. A better time. I never met anyone like her.
And that's enough for now, Boone.
Yeah.
So at least he managed to get a little bit off of his chest. Now, before the Legion comes over the corner and murders us, let's go back to Novak real quick. Bring caution at the moment we arrive, which isn't great news. Looks like everything's fine. Alright, with one quick sleep done, there's just one thing we have to do. We gotta have another chat with Manny. If I can, there we go. Manny.
You have any luck with the ghouls? I'm counting on you.
What was your tour with the NCR like?
Oh, it was great. I wouldn't trade it. Something about that lifestyle, the discipline, seeing new places, making people safe. What's not to like?
So why'd you leave?
Well, I just felt like it was time, Wanted to have a home. Plus, I was up at Camp Gulf when Bitter Springs went down. I faked like I was sick to get out of going, because I knew some of the people there. But when everybody came back, nobody would tell me what happened, and people would call us murderers sometimes when we showed up to secure towns.
What did happen at Bitter Springs?
I still don't know exactly. Just that a lot of people died who didn't want to be a part of the fighting at all. I don't blame anybody for it. There's so much chaos when you're fighting. You're lucky not to shoot your own guys. But it did take something out of it for me. This wasn't the same. So when it came time to re-enlist, I just took my papers and walked.
And yes, we find out a little bit about Bitter Springs. So?
Yeah, see ya.
Boone, I think we have to have another chat real quick. Now that I've talked about... Now that I know Bitter Springs was a thing.
Pisses me off that Legion slavers can just operate on NCR turf like that. If we hadn't caught up to them, they probably have a clear path to the river. No one to stop them. There should be patrols, checkpoints. We got greedy, overstretched. Now our own territory is insecure.
Were you at Bitter Springs with 1st Recon, Boone?
I was in a lot of places with 1st Recon. I don't really remember.
Oh, really now? You must have been.
There was a miscommunication.
There must be more to it than that.
Not as much as you'd think. We did what we were there to do. A lot of people got killed. That's war. Maybe looking back, you do things differently. But that's not how it works. In the field, you hesitate, you or someone you care about will die. They teach that from day one.
Sounds like you have some regrets.
You don't come out of a tour of duty without regrets. It's best just not to think about it.
And is it because of Bitter Springs that you think you've got bad things coming?
Life has a way of punishing you for the mistakes you make. Big enough mistake, punishment can take a while. Mine's not over.
Maybe you can make up for your mistakes.
A murderer who does good deeds is still a murderer. And he'll still get his judgment. I left the NCR when my tour was up. Had enough of war. And decided I was going to start over. None of it made a difference in the end.
And how do you know your punishment isn't over?
Because I'm still alive.
Do you think about Bitter Springs a lot?
Yeah. Always. Even when I sleep.
Maybe it would help to go back there.
I don't think so. It won't change anything. And that's a memory I don't want refreshed.
And if we just say goodbye.
Yeah.
And start heading down the stairs.
Hey.
At the door.
I thought some more about what you said. I think maybe you're right. Maybe I should go to Bitter Springs. I don't know what I'm hoping to find there.
What? What changed your mind?
Nothing. Dream. Just tired of thinking about it.
Okay, we'll make it a point to stop there.
I hope this isn't a mistake.
Now, there's a couple of things about Bitter Springs to keep in mind. We'll probably do that. Yeah, we can do that today. It does require a bit of a journey, however. We've made some of the journey already. But there's a little more to do yet. And I have a few things I need to drop off, so I'll see you guys once I sort that out. Alright, I got a couple of things with me, and it's time to make our way towards Bitter Springs. Now, like I said before, it's a little bit of a walk. This bighorn is upset. The bighorner is no longer upset. And we probably want to follow the road, to be completely honest. Because we don't want to set off any particular triggers before we actually reach the place.
Oh my.
More rat down. Anything on you, my good friend? No. Keep on moving then. Another one. More rats everywhere. Gotcha. And you actually do have things on you. Great mentats. Yoink. You know what? Ranger Milo brought up a good point earlier. How much psycho do I have? 27. That's not a few dozen doses, to be fair. That's a lot of doses. Let's get critical. There we go. Just want to clear the way. I'll take pulse grenades. Might end up being useful if something here goes a bit awry. Oh, Lake Lark. He looks kind. There we go. And he's got some pulse grenades on him. Also nice. We want to ignore that hangar down there for now. Oh. The recreation area appears to be a nightmare today. We go to Cazador. Good job, guys. Do you mind, Eddie? Who's shooting? Oh, you're shooting at us. Anything else? Angry Brahmin? There. I think that's everything dealt with. Great news. Not where we want to go. I think the shack we want is right over there, but let's loot the bodies first. Yes, it's this one right here. Head into the office here. There. Clear that out, which gets us another star cat. Always good. Register. A load of pencils. More pencils. Load of stuff in that register. Anything else up here? Not really, but the big important loot is back here in this room. Average safe, but tumblers today on the table. Which, what does that bump our skill up to? Lockpick is up to 39. Not quite average locks yet. Which is honestly kind of ridiculous, but oh well. Filing cabinets. Found some stuff. And I think that's really everything in the shack of note. But tumblers today, very good find. Oh, and this vending machine, of course. With 3 sunsets. Score. And that's a La Fantoma. Perfect. A couple of rare occasions where that could prove to be very useful. And now what we're going to do is head up through Bitter Springs right here. Just check inside this shack. Oh, I thought something happened upon entering that shack. It was a coincidence. But I would like to kill that Nightkin before it goes anywhere too crazy. Where'd the Nightkin go? Oh, he had long fuse dynamite. We're trying to reach Bitter Springs. I think this is the main entrance here. Yes, it is. Here we are in Bitter Springs. Now, Boone is about to ask us something real quick. We do not want to listen to Boone. We want to ignore Boone.
I'm sleepy.
Don't complain. Head up here to the NCR's encampment. Past all the refugees and everything. And say hi to the staff here.
Wow, hey, it's you. What are you doing in Bitter Springs?
Let's see. Ah, of course.
Stay safe.
I am mistaken. Also, very nice hat for you, and very good sniper rifle. I need to chat to the commander first.
Hello.
NCR Trooper, where's the commander? Where's she at? Captain Giles.
I've been sending requests for relief for months now. Didn't think they'd send you, though.
What is this place?
This is the Bitter Springs refugee camp. We've been maintaining it for a few years now, ever since Caesar's Legion started seriously pushing west. Most of the people here were displaced by the Legion's advance. At first, there weren't many, but lately it's been more than we can handle.
And so what can I do to help?
At this point, I'll take anything you can give me. We need more troops, fresh supplies, and medical relief. As if that wasn't enough, someone's been coming out of the mountains at night, stealing supplies and picking off my people.
And where would you get new troops from?
I don't know. The NCR's stretched thin as it is. I've put in requests at Camp Golf, Forlorn Hope, the Karen, but things are no better there. Maybe if their situations improve, they'd have men to spare. Or maybe they'd listen to someone with a reputation for helping the NCR.
What kind of supplies?
Food, blankets, clothes, tools. The Army used to ship out caches of supplies regularly. But with the Legion so active, we haven't gotten any in months.
How can I help with medical supplies?
You'll want to talk to Lieutenant Markland about that. He's our medical officer. He should be down at the medical tent now.
And what's this about someone killing refugees?
It started about 6 months ago. At first it was just supplies going missing. We figured it was refugees. Then people started dying. Always a single bullet to the head. Always from extreme range. We've lost 8 refugees and 3 soldiers to this son of a bitch. We know he must be hiding out in one of the caves up in the mountains. But I don't have enough men to send out looking for him.
And I'd like
Okay,
to
but make
ask
it
about
quick.
something
I'm very
else.
busy here.
And that's all. Goodbye. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of a frame drop. Why is that? That help? Like a little bit, but... Bitter Springs.
Yeah? What is it?
Captain Giles said to talk to you about medical aid for the camp.
Hey, if you can help, I'll take whatever I can get. Doctor's bags would be a huge help, but what I really need are medical texts. I'm not trained to deal with major psychological trauma, and we've got a lot of kids in this camp.
Keep my eyes open for books on pediatrics or psychological trauma then.
Thank you. Any help you can give would be a godsend.
And I can give 2 doctor's bags. I really can't, but here.
These will be a big help, thanks.
Good to hear.
Stay safe out.
I'd love some doctor's bags myself, but ooh, hello. If I just take this doctor's bag and ooh, they're using like regular alcohol for surgery.
Yeah?
Jeez.
What is it?
That's not a good sign. Here's this doctor's bag. I hope it helps.
Are you kidding? The supplies in this are going to save lives. Thank you.
I mean, one of those was your own doctor's bag, so I can't take much credit.
Hello.
But the books are pretty easy to get. I just need to remind myself what else we need. So, the quest of climb every mountain, source of the attacks on Bitter Springs. No, not much is send soldiers over here and find supplies. No, we want to check the caves outside of Bitter Springs for that. I'm trying to remember with this one, though, what the protocol is. Oh, I can't see a thing. Come on. I don't think this is the way to go, but... there we go. Raycon Supply Cave. Yeah, give me just a moment. Alright, yeah, so we actually want to do a couple of things before we enter this cave. First things first, we want to put on our nightwear. Next up, Boone, you need to stay outside.
I'll sit tight.
And third, I need to make my speech literally 2 points higher. Which means we're going to be using something that buffs our charisma by 1 point. Which there should be a bunch of things that can do that for us, so let's see. Nope. Charisma plus 5, we could use Great Mentats, but I want to save those if I can. Charisma plus 1 off of Scotch. Probably what we'll end up doing. But are there any other options? Speech plus 20, why waste that here? Not party time Mentats. What about regular Mentats? What do they do? Charisma plus 1. That bumps our speech up to 50. Perfect. And let's hope... I think this is the right cave. This is the wrong cave, isn't it? Yeah, this is the wrong cave. Whoops. Alright, let's see if we can find a way around here. This is a very difficult cave to get to, as it turns out. We need to go up here and kind of clamber around here. Then over here and up here. And hope and pray that nothing's going to murder me for going in this direction. Loop around here. Over to this rock right here. Here we go. This is the right one. I thought it was. Maybe it's down here? We're in danger from something, but I'm just trying to... There we go. And this should be it.
Who are you? How did you find this place?
Are you the one who's been raiding the refugee camp at Bitter Springs?
Refugee camp? Is that what they're calling it? Good old NCR. You can whitewash anything. Let me tell you something. That refugee camp, it's built on the blood and tears of my people. Nobody likes to talk about it, but I remember.
And Speech 50, the people at this camp aren't responsible for your family's death. They're refugees.
I know that, but what else can I do?
The Khan settled in Red Rock Canyon years ago. It's time to let go of your hate and join them.
Maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe 3 years is vengeance enough. Thank you for helping me see that. Here, this will unlock the supply caches we left in caves around these mountains. We might get some use out of them.
Thank you. Good karma. We don't have to kill anybody. NCR's going to be happy. Khans are going to be happy. And, of course, I get access to all the supply caches. A very good resolution. Good, I'm glad we dealt with him. He was being annoying. Supply cache. Very good. And anything else in your little camp here, my friend? Anti-material rifle. Ooh, and missiles. Oh, of course he had an anti-material rifle. He was shooting people. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Feels a bit like overkill for refugees, but... Anyways. I need... Eddie. Eddie! Just the ant I was looking for. Eddie's been loaded up with a few goodies. And let's head back over to the supply caves. Let's see. Should be part of... No, not much,
I'm sorry,
right?
ma'am, but you forced me to utilize deadly force.
Ignore the evil robot. Just ignore him. Climb back over here. And we can actually pick up Boone again. We don't need to leave him behind. Come on, Boone.
I've got your back.
Into this cave we go. Now that we've talked down Oscar, we can just go through these caves, collect the caches we need, and return down to the camp. Watch out for Mr. House. We disintegrated Mr. House. We get a few little things here. Another supply cache. Explosives crate with John Wilkes Booth wanted poster. Great. How did Cook's stew make it all the way up here? That's a good question. Now, obviously, that's 2 caches done, but if we're in the area, we might as well try and get the 3rd. I can't remember if you get something for getting all 3 of them, or what, but why not?